Hello everyone, welcome to the week 4 class of academic listening strategies. We are going to talk with the textbook from unit 2. We'll begin in unit 2 listening 1, which would be about cognitive science. As usual, whenever you see this screen, let me show the screen here, ETG Tamare, please stop the video and do the activities in the textbook. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin with this part. First, look at the unit question, unit opener question. What do you think? Can we change our brains? So take a few minutes and think about these questions. You don't have to provide me answers, but just think so that your mind is ready for the unit. How do you think people's brains change when they get older? In other words, you can draw a timeline and think about what kind of activities or what kind of effects do people have in their brain as a kid, and when they get older, how that changes. Number 2, what are some ways you know of to keep the brain healthy? What ways do you know of so that you can keep your brain healthy? For example, maybe you exercise, you relax, you play a guitar. There are so many ways. So what kind of ways do you think of? And 3, look at the photo. What kind of things can cause changes in the brain? The photos means, which photos? This photo here. This photo, you can see people making masks out of clay. So this is kind of creative task. What do you think? What kind of tasks help people to change their mind and also to keep their mind healthy? So please stop the video here for a while and work on thinking. Thank you. I hope you have done that. Let's go to the next activity. Next activity is listening activity. Listen to the Q classroom online and match the ideas in the box with the students. You will be listening to 4 students talking about brain activities. So to listen, please go to your course folder on MyDOC, go to course content and choose ALS 2 week 4 materials. And then you have your listening track for page 27, the Q classroom. So please stop the video here and do the listening. Okay, I hope you have finished that listening as well, and you have matched these statements with the answers. So let's see, if you have these answers, you got right answers. We can always learn new things. That's the idea from Felix. When we change a bad habit, we change our brain. That's what Yuna thinks. And Sophie thinks paying attention to our health is good for the brain. Yes, all of these are very good ideas to keep your brain healthy, to keep you active. Very good. You don't have to submit these answers to me through Google Forms or whatever. Let's go to next activity. Next activity is note-taking scale. When you take notes, you always have to, it's easy to make a column for main idea and another column for details and write your notes there. It's called a T chart, okay? Please spend a couple of minutes here, read the information so that it will help you in taking notes. So stop the video here. Okay, I hope you have finished reading the information of on note taking from page 28. Now please do the note-taking exercise. Go to listening track for page 28 on MyDOC, note-taking, and work on this area. Listen to the beginning of a presentation about brain health for new university students. Take notes in the T chart as you listen. So listen to the audio track from MyDOC and write down main ideas and supporting details for those main ideas as notes. When you finish, stop the video now, and when you finish, come back and play the video again. Okay, very good. I suppose you got some information as notes like this. So main ideas, important to keep both body and brain in good shape. Number one, main idea, sleep and relaxation. That's details. Number two, social connections, and there are details. If you got your notes something like this, you got a good note. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as you have in the screen. Good job. Now, let's go to the listening section. But before going to the listening section, let's talk about the vocabulary. In the vocabulary section, here are some words from listening, from the listening one. Read the conversations, then match each underlined word with its definition on the next page. So you have, in each number, you have underlined words. For example, number one has avoid, number two, complex. Similarly, you have underlined words from number 1 to number 8. When you finish reading the conversation, think about the definitions and match them with the correct responses. For this one, I'm not going to show you answers, which you will have to submit through Google Forms later. For example, I have a test tomorrow. I'm not going to sleep. I plan to study all night. You should avoid staying awake all night. It's better to rest. Then you can use the context. Use the context and you can understand the meaning. So avoid is not to do something. Okay, we want to avoid accidents by being careful. Similarly, number 2, brain science is also called neuroscience. Yes, that's right. It's a very complex subject. Complex means it's difficult. Okay, so it's too much to understand. 3, you are able to complete all of these. Were you able to complete all of the exam questions? All but the last one. I was confused about the meaning. Confused. Confused means you don't know which way. Okay, you got lost. 4, let me skip the reading. Creative people. Creative people who think in a new way, always bring new ideas. For example, painters can be creative. Let's go for 5. Please read yourself. Difficulty. So having difficulty means having problems. Mistake, something you should be doing one way, but you happen to do the other way. Positive. Positive is always talking about good things. Research. Research is try to study in detail about something. So please read again and work on matching. You have A to H definitions and you have 8 statements. So stop the video here and work on your textbook. Good job. I hope you have finished that. And please send me your answers through Google Forms later. Let's go to the other part. To the other part, we are going to work with the listening. For working with the listening, please use the audio track available on MyDOC, listening track for page 31, 32, exercise A, B, and E. So you got to remember this listening track. If you click here, you can listen easily. So what you have to do is listen and take notes. Remember the note-taking strategy you used in this class is T-chart, okay? On the one column, write down the main ideas. On the other column, write down details. So listen to the interview, make a T-chart and take notes on the main ideas in the left column, and you can use the sample note, okay? So please stop the video here and listen to the track on MyDOC. I hope you have done that. Very good. And when you do exercise 2, so I want you to listen again. Listen to this audio track, listening track, page 31, 32. Listen this again and add any important details on the right column of your T chart. Then You don't have to compare this, but complete your notes. You have to use your note to do the exercise later. So remember, you need to go to this audio track, listening track, page 31, 32, A, B, and E. So stop the video and do the activities. Listen to the track. I hope you have finished doing the listening. And when you finish the listening, please go to application. From this, I am going to stop the video for now on. So what you have to do is you have to complete the statements about the interview with information from the box. You have information there and you have the statements from 1 to 6. This activity, please submit this as an assignment through Google Form. Similarly, identify. Identify also has an assignment function in Google Form. So please use this Google Form. If you go put in your name and your student number, you'll have to submit the answers later. Use that and submit your answers for identify. And finally, you have categorizing. Read the statements, and if you want to, listen again to the interview. But if you don't want to, that's okay. So read the statements, listen again, write T for true and F for false. Actually, if we are in a class, I will be asking you to correct any false statements. But for now, you don't have to. Just send me your answers with TF through Google Form. Okay? So if you happen to have any questions, please send me your questions through email. So we'll finish here. That's all for today. Thank you. Goodbye.